Hi, I'm Brian, and I'm going to walk you through our music management and event planning tool, which will help you plan your event. One thing to note, it's important that you have a smartphone to be able to access the app. I'm going to be showing it to you on an iPhone, but it will also work if you have an Android device. You should have received a link either by email or most likely text to download the app. Either way, please click on the link from your phone. The app is free, so please download away. The first time you open up the app, it's going to ask you to create a profile. We recommend signing in with Facebook so you can utilize your profile pic as your avatar. After you've logged in, you'll be at the home screen where it will show you the name of the event, the location, the date and time, and how many guests have joined the event. By guests, this can mean a select few friends that you trust to add music or all of your guests. They'll be able to add song requests for general sections like cocktail hour, dinner, or the open dancing segments. You don't have to use this feature, but there are benefits which I will explain shortly. The app has two tabs, Details and Music. The details can only be edited by the hosts, which is typically the client and the entertainer. Click on the Edit Event icon in the middle right of your screen. It'll open up another window where you can change the details of the event. You can even switch out the default image with a photo from the camera roll of your phone. We recommend landscape photos. Once you've selected the image, click Continue. It'll return you to the editing screen, and be sure that with any changes, you click the Save button in the upper right-hand corner. You can add other hosts, but generally it's just the client and the entertainer. If you decide to add a host, use discretion because they will have access to everything. Assuming you want to add a host, click the Add Host button, which will then open up a screen giving you options to send them a message. We recommend texting, so when you click the texting icon, it will generate an auto message which you can edit before sending. Let's talk through Social Share, which again is inviting guests to add in song requests to the general sections, like cocktails, dinner, and dancing. Again, you don't have to use this feature at all, but it could wind up being advantageous for you. When you click on the Invite Guest icon, similar to when you added a host, it will allow you to send an invite via many different methods. We again recommend texting. It will generate an auto text message, which you can then edit before sending. It's time to get started on the music. Click the Music tab and it'll open up a different window for you. We've set up the app in a way that allows you to add songs as you think of them. Let's click on the Open Dancing Music section, and there are 3 ways to add a song: manually, through your Spotify playlist, or lastly, picking from a song list. So let's start with the manual way first. This way, you will add in the title or the artist of the song. So for instance, let's say we want to do a Beatles song. Now, you don't even have to spell it necessarily correctly. It'll pull up the most relevant song within YouTube search engine. So that's the manual way. Let's talk about importing a Spotify playlist. If you've already created a playlist on Spotify of songs that you want to use for a specific section, in this case, we're in the open dancing segment. Let's click on Import Spotify Playlist, and it will open up a window for you to log into your Spotify account. Log in with your credentials, and then pick the Spotify playlist that you want, and then it will begin the process of importing that playlist into that specific section. As you know, on YouTube, sometimes the songs can be titled pretty randomly. Also, due to the fact that certain songs are only available on Spotify, we do recommend you opening up your Spotify app at some point to ensure that all of the songs from your playlist did in fact import over. We do have a 99.9% accuracy rate in importing from Spotify, but because this is a private event, more than likely, always best to double check. So the third way is to utilize the suggested playlist. Let's say music isn't your thing and you need some help. Go through the different genres or categories and you can find songs to add to your event through that particular method. Click the back arrow 2 times and then you'll return to the initial song section. In the upper right hand corner of every song, you as the host will see 3 dots. Guests are not able to view this. When you click those 3 dots, it gives you some additional options to notate about that specific song. You can add some song notes in there, such as dedicate this to a specific person, or you can classify it differently, such as must play or do not play. You can move this song to completely different sections, such as dinner or cocktail hour. You can preview the song or remove the song completely. As you will see on the lower left-hand corner, there is a red icon. That is your display song option. By clicking that, you can change the order in which the songs are displayed. Now that you know how to add music, let me show you some other features. Your entertainer has already set up different sections for your specific event. With this example, we'll be dealing with a wedding, which has many different sections. A green color indicates that it's a single song or single event section. A blue color means that you can add multiple songs to that particular section. You'll be able to tell which sections your entertainer has predetermined
are host only, meaning only you as the host can see, and which ones are public, which means that your guests can see and add songs to by looking to the right-hand side of each section. It's notated there. Let's say there's a section that you want to change from host only to public, or vice versa, public to host only. For instance, let's look at the cocktail hour. That currently says public. So we're going to change that to host only by clicking the edit button on the upper left-hand side of the screen. It will then open up a toolbar column allowing us to edit any event section we want. So if we click on that icon next to cocktail hour, we can change not only the name of the section, but hit the button that allows us to go from public to private. Once we do that and click save, then click done, as you look back in the section, it will now say host only, meaning only the host can see songs in that section. Let me show you 3 more features while we're on this screen. The first of which is the reorder button. You'll see that on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. If you hit that button, a column will appear with 3 lines on the right-hand side of your screen. Simply grab the section by those 3 lines. So let's say, for instance, we wanted to move the cake cut before dancing starts right after dinner. I'm just going to grab it, move it there, and then click the done button again on the upper right hand side of your screen, and voila, it's saved in that specific spot. For the last 2 features on this screen, you'll see those 2 icons to the upper right hand corner of each section. One's a paper icon and one is a clock icon. The paper icon allows you to leave a note about a specific section. So for instance, with the first dance, if I wanted to let my entertainer know to only play the first minute 30 of the song, just click on that paper icon, leave the note, click save, and you'll know it's saved because that paper will be filled in all white. The clock is rather self-explanatory. Just click on that and it allows you to add a time to a specific section. Please note that by adding a specific time, it still does not change where that item takes place. You have to use the reorder function to be able to move it up or down. One last thing, your entertainer should have already inputted every section you could possibly need for your event. However, if you need to add a section, scroll all the way to the bottom and click Add a New Section. The last feature is on our Details tab, so click that icon on the upper left-hand corner, and you will see a button on your left-hand side in the middle of the screen that says Planning Form. Click on that hyperlink and it will then redirect you to the form where you can fill out everything on your phone. If you prefer to fill out the planning form on a computer, you'll see a little note there that says to copy and paste the link into a browser and you can complete it that way. One thing to note about the planning form as you're filling it out, you can click the save button or it will autosave every 10 seconds or so.
Those are the major features right now. We're always looking to improve the product and the experience. So if you have any questions or concerns whatsoever, let your entertainer know directly and we'll do our best to address them. Have a blast planning your event.